Welcome to Maths with Mix. Today we are going to be looking at function, and the area we'll be looking at is inverse. And but before then, I want us to just take a look at this. So make it the subject of formula. You need the knowledge of subject of formula if you are able to define the inverse of a function. So in these three things, can you pause and try it? And after that, you can follow me to this. So if we do it well, uh, the the first one should give you something like this. The second one should give you something like this, and the third one should give you like something like this. If you are not able to get it, I'm going to send a video how you'll be able to solve them. Now, when substituting, okay, what is inverse? That is not the question now. What is the inverse? Uh, when we substitute an input into a function, we generate a corresponding output. I've told you that when we find an input, when you put an input, we generate it and we get an output. So the input is X and the output is Y. So when you're able to reverse it back, then you say that that is a inverse function. So we look at it, the input, the function, the output. So, but when the thing goes back, then that means the X becomes Y and Y becomes X. The inverse of a function, effect and the original function is the reverse of effect of the original function. If you substitute an output of the original function into the reverse function, it will generate the original input. Here is a simple example. So this is a simple example of a function. So if you want to find the inverse, um, so this is, we are not finding the inverse, we just put 3, then you want to find f of 3, you're able to get 11. So now let's find the inverse. This is the inverse. So if I'm able to put uh, um, f of 11, that means the output will give you back the original value, which is that. So this is the reverse effect is what the function is all about. Now let's look at now how we're able to get a inverse of a function. First thing, you need to rewrite the x as y, then you swap them. So you need to first of all, rewrite f of x as y, then you swap x with y, then you rearrange and make y the subject of formula, and that is it. You need to understand also is one-to-one mapping that you can likely make the inverse of a function. But whenever you are able to do that, these three steps, write f of x as y, swap x and y around, arrange to make y the subject of formula. You see why the subject of formula now is good. Now I would like you to, this is your turn, I'd like you to pause the video and attempt it. Swap f of x, then then find the y the subject of formula. Now let's go. If x is equals to this, then the second one will be able to get this. So x will be equals to 5y minus 8. Then you add 8 to both sides, give you this. Divide both sides by 5, and you get that. Then you're able to write it down. So number 2, the same. So first of all, switch it. Then divide both sides by 3/4. Square both sides. Then you simplify it and get your answer. It's as easy as ABC. Following the method. Following the method. As easy as ABC. If you need a question, you can try this once on your own. And if you need a question, you can send me a message, comment, so that I will know how to help you. Thank you.